I think it's a travesty that we've got a Prime Minister that never had anything in a manifesto that's now declaring on the international stage that he thinks that Aadhaar, the digital system in India that's leaked lots of data where people have had that sold, where people that were entitled to benefits have not had it, where it was said it was going to be voluntary, then it's mandatory. And now he's telling us that we might be able to have access to our money and that you're going to need to have access via this thing to almost everything else, whether it's benefits or anything. At the same time, when we've seen the Department of Work and Pensions say that they're going to be snooping and going into our bank accounts, and all the other issues we've seen with the two-tier approach to people, what they say, the idea that we have a centralised state system by these technocrats is utterly outrageous. They're also doing an attack on directors, Patrick. It's why at the togetherdeclaration.org we've got a big open letter and a petition to say 8 million directors should not be forced onto digital ID. In November, they're saying to anyone who's new as a director, you'll have to do this.
Is any director of any company?
Any director of a limited company, through Companies House. So they're doing that as well as children and around the Children and Wellbeing Act as well, the idea that everyone's going to have a digital ID. But we can win this. We can stop it. We've done it before with vaccine passports, and we've done it before when there was the mandatory jab. And this is really serious, and we'd encourage all of your viewers and listeners to get involved with this. Togetherdeclaration.org. We're going to fight back across the board. We're not going to stop. And he can say what he wants, right? He can start doing punitive measures. He can say that we're going to make the NHS digital and look at all the merits. What we need in Britain is solutions to policies. We need things that are going to tackle borders, deal with hospitals, not forced, centralised, biometric digital ID.
Because also, the other context of this is we are right in the middle of a Chinese spy scandal. And more on that, by the way, in a couple of minutes' time. Why on earth, right in the middle of a Chinese spy scandal, would you think... I tell you what, let's make it easy for people like Beijing. Let's put all of our personal information, let's put your kids' personal information in one place, controlled by the government.
Absolutely. And they always say it's to keep you safe or to keep the kids safe. In the end, what it means is we won't be able to log on even to the internet. We know that the interfering nanny technocrats want to have a say on how much consumption we have, what kind of carbon footprint it is, what kind of food we're eating. Let's not allow this to happen. Churchill set the precedent in 1952. I want to keep you free. We don't need these ID cards. We need to make sure that we say, no, there has to be ability to not have it, to opt out. Technology's great, not a forced digital ID card, and we'd encourage everyone to get involved together.
There was even talk about the Tony Blair Institute's initial drafting of this, meaning that you could use this online system to report your neighbours if they were too noisy, and that could damage some kind of community score. I mean, we all know the direction of travel. Right now, in China, there are people homeless on the streets because they've been blocked out of their bank accounts because they've got a low social credit score. Why do we need this? Look, thank you very much. Now we've been a bit squeezed because we had that breaking news at the time.